now like to ask Mr. Mel Brown to please come join us on stage to present this award.
Mel Young. Mel Young is joining us. Welcome back. Please, can you tell us about the event, sport event of the year?
First of all, I'd like to say it's a wonderful honor to be here amongst you all. I know from my own work that sport can make a huge difference into people's lives, and if we all work together, then we really can change the world if we want to. This category, Sport Event of the Year, recognizes an event that effectively promotes a message of peace and illustrates its ability to successfully bring communities together.
Thank you.
Let's have a look at those three nominees.
Voici les trois nominés. We don't go, don't look back. I mean, I have a screen here, and I'm facing the camera. That's better. So, show me.
The first, socio-cultural gathering for indigenous peoples, helps promote dialogue and cohesion among the 10 indigenous tribes living in Chile. It encourages the tribe's integration in Chilean society and the democratization of little-known ancestral sports.
The Great Lakes Peace Cup promotes reconciliation amongst communities of the Great Lakes region and the reintegration of the ex-soldiers through football.
And the final nominee, following the Syrian conflict, volunteers with the help of Qatar Red Crescent organized a football tournament to help ease existing tensions and reestablish dialogue among the youth of Zatadi refugee camp in Jordan, which has become the 5th city in that country.
Mr. Young, please, if you can tell us who is the winner of the award Sport Event of the Year.
These were three excellent nominations that was very difficult to choose. And we know that event can be a catalyst to create much change. But the winner is, or the award goes to, Encuentros Sociocultural from Chile.
Please welcome to stage Elias Figueroa, chairman of the Iluminado Foundation, and his son, Ricardo Figueroa. Mucho gusto. Perfect. No. Yeah. And if you can say a word before the pictures, they tell me on the regie. So, see if you can say it. Yeah. Thank you.
It's not too long, okay?
Oh, he has a book.
Yeah, no, it's not too long. Come on. Good. For many centuries, the American continent were ruled by natives, who were strong and proud indigenous tribes. They were the people of the land, with their own unique worldview, pride, and cosmovision, with full respect for the Pachamama, the earth. 500 years ago, the white man came to the continent of South America and began his attempt to colonize the natives, change their beliefs, and force them to believe in a God who could not be touched. Exactly the opposite to the indigenous Indian God, which is the nature. This started an endless battle between culture and opposing forces. The European conquerors against the native Indians, who were the rightful owners of the land. Great civilization, as the Incas, fell under the white man's sword. Entire tribes were exterminated, and the proud and strong Indians eventually came under submission, except for one. Among all of this Indian civilization, there was one tribe that never gave up, the Mapuches of Chile, who were relentless warriors and an exceptional people, never surrendered. The Mapuches embarked on what is famously known as the Guerra de Arauco, the 300 Years Wars. They fight for justice and equality continue until today. I thought there's a mixture of European and indigenous culture in modern Chilean society. There is still much intolerance and prejudice, segregation, and little understanding, with ongoing confrontations between the indigenous people and the modern consumer society that use and discards and that not recognize the value of ancient culture and traditions. In the history of Chile, it has been very difficult to create a compromise and a harmonious outcome between the indigenous community and the government. It has also been a struggle to have society recognize, embrace, cultivate, and respect the ancestral traditions. Wise is the civilization who respects their traditions and their ancestors. The Iluminado Foundation was created to utilize sport as a social bridge, providing education, understanding, and cooperation between people, regardless of socioeconomic background. Our chairman, the FIFA legend, my father, Elias Figueroa, believes that the sporting community has the power to advance humanity and to help ensure that all children and families have access to health, care, education, protection, and equality. My father, I'm proud of him, and the Iluminado Foundation recognize that the disparity and conflict between indigenous people, modern society, and the government of Chile. Through his influence and gravitas, we created the National Indigenous Football for Peace Championship, an initiative designed to bring together, for the first time, all of the remaining 10 Indian tribes of Chile. The goal and objectives would be to create awareness and respect towards ancestral traditions through an entertainment tournament that would appeal to the people of Chile. With government, corporate, and public support, along with massive media attention, the people recognize the importance of this project for the country of Chile, our country. We strengthen a movement of understanding, acceptance, and multicultural integration in a peaceful way. Don Elias Figueroa has provided a voice for the indigenous tribe and has helped cultivate a fundamental understanding, acceptance, and a bridge between all parties, as well as a dialogue for education, peace, and development through sport. That is truly producing concrete results through open communication, concrete ideas, initiatives, and projects that will preserve historical content and shape of the future of Chilean society. The National Sport Law of Chile did not take into consideration and recognize sport practiced by native people as actual sport. The government looked up these activities only as cultural expression, which denied the Indians the opportunity to perpetuate their traditions in a self-sustaining manner, as government grants, tax certificate programs from the private sector were only available to actual Olympic sports, activities recognized by the International Olympic Committee. As a foundation, Iluminado were the organizers and promoters, along with the Chilean National Congress, to present a law that recognized the ancestral sports as national sports. The Senator, Mr. Francisco Chaguán, proudly named this congressional motion as the Elias Figueroa Law, which honors the vision and dedication of Elias Figueroa towards the indigenous community of Chile, with tribes from the Antarctic to the driest desert in the world, Atacama, and the people from the sea, the Polynesians of Easter Island. As a result, ancestral sports will soon be introduced in public school, physical education, promoting understanding, education, and fun through sport, and create conditions to live a more integrated, tolerant, and peaceful life.
Ricardo, sorry.
As conclusion.
Okay.
I'm so emotional.
Go for it. Go for it. I need you look a little bit stronger than me. It's difficult to stop.
In conclusion, on behalf of my father, Elias Figueroa, our Iluminado Foundation family, and our movement, Football for Peace, we want to thank His Royal Highness Prince Albert, our President, Mr. Joel Boussu, for your gracious hospitality and for opportunity to share our unique and worthwhile initiative and experience with you. We invite all the champions for peace and all of you attending this wonderful forum to join us in providing opportunity through sport for indigenous people worldwide. It will also be a pleasure to personally welcome you to our wonderful country, Chile, in the near future. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. And I would like you to of applause again for a legend, a world legend of football, Elias Figueroa. Please.